What's up, y'all? We're back in Dragon Dogma 2 today, and we're gonna continue. It's gonna be, I'm sorry, there's gonna be a lot of yapping. There is
Any ideas as to how we might
Since we talked about the new update last time, and the size of the update and kind of the context with the game director Itsuno leaving, I wanted to talk a little bit more today about the future of Dragon's Dogma 2. Although, I'll preface it with you right now, I'm gonna be trying to contextualize some stuff that I didn't actually research very well. We're gonna make our way up to the Sacred Arbor while we talk about that. I guess first and foremost, I wanted to say, I guess it came across like I was ragging on Itsuno in the last video a little bit, probably because it's deserved in a lot of senses. But I do want to say, bro does make a spectacular combat portion of a game, where he's kind of had the classical shortcomings, in my opinion, and in the opinion of some people I was talking with as well, is when it comes to tying that all together in like an open world RPG type of setting. Like, I just don't want to come across like I don't think dude has no positives. Like, I think the combat in Dragon's Dogma is fantastic, because I think that is part of his vision as well, or it was part of his vision as well. Okay, hold on, there's wolves. Let's put it on pause for a second. You want to know what's crazy? You want to know what's crazy? And I'm sorry, I'm getting a little distracted right now, but I want to gloat. I actually have notes for this one, and my regulars are clapping right now because they know that me being organized for a video is like a negative 0% probability most of the time, always. There was also some argument that like, oh, Itsuno's not the only person involved in the game, like other people made mistakes too, and sure, but he's kind of not just the game director when it comes to Dragon's Dogma as a series. Like, as far as I'm aware from stuff I've read, like this game series was his baby, like this was his brainchild, and it seems like it was his passion project in a lot of ways as well. So he had a lot of influence and a lot of say while in that director's position, because this was his child. You know what I mean? But with that in mind, like, I don't want to call it ego, maybe it is, but for whatever reason, his vision for certain things and what the player base wanted out of Dragon's Dogma as a series was not always on the same level. If you listen to interviews he gave leading up into Dragon's Dogma 2, he was very focused on things like how the environment looks as you walk around. Like, I think I remember reading something where he took the development team on like several expeditions so they could get a sense of scale and how things feel while you walk around in nature and like around landmarks, which I think is sick. Like, that's really, really awesome. That is something that definitely is reflected in Dragon's Dogma 2 in particular, because Dragon's Dogma 2, in my opinion, the environments are very pretty, and how you experience them through the game is also fantastic. But you can tell that something like that was a focus while other things were just defaulted to what he had done before with Dragon's Dogma. And the unfortunate part of that is what he had done before with Dragon's Dogma did not necessarily click with people, I think, in the way that he's remembering it having clicked with people. I'll be fully upfront with you. I didn't play Dragon's Dogma when it came out. I didn't play Dragon's Dogma until I played it on the channel last year. I just, when it came out, I was in university. I didn't have any money, bro. The only game console I had was a Wii U, and you know what the Wii U had? Like 3.5 games, including Twilight Princess, which wasn't even originally a Wii U game. So I maybe don't have the sentimental attachment and passion behind what I'm saying that people who have been waiting for a sequel for 10 plus years have when they talk about things that disappointed them in Dragon's Dogma 2. Like, I just don't have that fire because I wasn't here back then, y'all. I'm a fraud. So that brings us to like where we are now, which is Itsuno has made the same mistakes twice and left the company. I don't think he left because he made the same mistakes twice, but apparently he has left to pursue making a game in a new environment, which, hey, more power to him. I hope he makes something that people really like, and I hope that Capcom at the same time continues to push Dragon's Dogma as a series, because I think there is a lot of hunger for this game. But that kind of begs the question, I guess, is what does Capcom really have with Dragon's Dogma 2, and what does Capcom really have with Dragon's Dogma as a series when you're looking towards the future? Because I think what they have right now, at least what I have experienced in the whatever 80 hours or however much I played this game while making content, is you have a fantastic combat system. You have some spectacular looking environments. So they have, I think that's in a lot of ways, Dragon's Dogma has a really good foundation. And I'm not going to go into the technical issues. And the reason why I'm not going to go into the technical issues is I don't know very much about that sort of thing, and I don't want to argue about it when I don't know about it. Wait, hold on. Before I keep yapping about the future of the game, I came here to drop a port crystal. I'm pretty sure I got to put it down out here. But I think with that foundation, what I would personally like to see, and this is kind of just my thought, is I obviously don't want to see this series get abandoned mentioned, although this series did go dormant for like over a decade before, so who's to say it's not going to do that again. But I do think that you can make Dragon's Dogma 2 something special with a good DLC, just like what they did with Dark Arisen. I think it should be something where you teleport to a different area, just like they did with Dark Arisen. I would prefer something kind of like a new area, like an open-ended area with more monsters. But I know a lot of people really miss the dungeon crawling from the older Dragon's Dogma game, so maybe you make it a big dungeon like they did on Dark Arisen. I can't really say, but I would like more focus on monsters in the DLC. You have a game. This is like the now I'm stuttering because I'm getting impassioned. I'm speaking passion frustration. You have a game with one of the best feeling combat systems I think I've ever touched in my life, and you get to use it like 3 times in an hour when you play. Maybe that's an exaggeration, but you would think a game with probably the best large monster combat I have ever felt, other than Monster Hunter, would have a little bit more focus on hunting those monsters. And I know that like there's maybe an argument that, well, they're kind of sporadic, so it feels more special, but yeah, I don't care. I don't want it to feel like a special event when I get to fight a monster. I want that to be the focus of the game. Ultimately, the best part of the game is the combat and the pawns and like everything involved in fighting rather than the story. And I don't think you can salvage the story at this point. I think you should just ignore that going into an expansion. Like, yo, the damage is already done. The story was fine. I don't think it was bad. I don't agree with the concept that it was not decent. It was passable, but when you're in Vernworth, it feels like it's building to a whole lot more than what you get by the time you get to Batal. I was so shocked the first time I played this, and I didn't talk about this too much because it, like, obviously my content is not usually this focused. Usually I just talk about whatever, but I'm on a real yapping mission. But when I got to Batal for the first time, I'm thinking, oh, now the game is really gonna open up. Like, this is it, guys. This is it. The game is about to get crazy. Like, at first when you get there, it does feel a little bit overwhelming with the monster fights, and it's like, oh, this is great. Like, it's gonna take off. And then you get like 1 or 2 things, and suddenly the story, if you're just doing the main story and not overly focused on the side stuff, just kind of ends. And I was like, huh? Like, it's done? you're already taking it away from me? I just got this. This isn't the way I intended to come. Hold on, guys. I got distracted off my yapping again. I'm not always the best at remembering or wandering around to do side content because I just don't have that amount of time to play games. Like, I can't spend 4 or 5 hours. It just doesn't work with my life currently. So in Dragon's Dogma, if you're not getting to really enjoy just taking your time and finding the sort of quests that are hidden all around, by the time you get to Batal, there's like, it feels like literally 4 or 5 quests. And then after that, it's like, okay, well, the God's Bane is all ready, so go meet with Phases and fight the dragons. Like, what? Wait, what? Huh? We're done already? Like, we just got here. You didn't even buy me dinner yet, and you're already saying you nutted early. What? I honestly don't remember what point I was trying to make ranting about this, and my notes aren't helping. This is why I don't plan videos, because I get really lost. Oh yeah, I remember. You can't salvage the story. Like, there's not even, I don't think there's any point in even trying to fix a story or add more story to Dragon's Dogma 2. Like, give me a DLC that's just a big area with monsters to go fight. Let me explore and find different monsters. Maybe give me a little bit of focus on loot so there's like actual interesting loot to find. Oh my, it's so weird to walk around the city and have it be at like not 1 frame per second. I kind of gave some more context to my thoughts on Itsuno, and I kind of gave y'all my thoughts on what I would like out of a DLC. Hopefully you can piece them together, because I know that when I was talking about it, those sentences were wandering all over the planet. But what would I like to see out of the series going forward would also kind of be a question. Like, I hope that this isn't the last Dragon's Dogma game, but I would genuinely like to see what the director of Dark Arisen would do if he was given Dragon's Dogma 3 from the start. I just know that he's really good at listening to fan feedback in comparison to Itsuno, because Dark Arisen was pretty much, from what I've read, Dark Arisen was pretty much fan feedback, the DLC. So if he's willing to listen to fan feedback and not be so fixated on like, this game is my brainchild and this is my vision, which fair enough, Itsuno, like, I imagine it's really hard to let go of being that controlling when something is literally, it seems like it was his dream game to make. The unfortunate part of it, and I'm just gonna be realistic here, because I do believe like people should be allowed to be artistic and creative in their own way. But if you're making a game for Capcom, your point is also to get as many people playing it and to make as much money as possible. You're probably not going to make as much money as possible if your creative vision also aligns with stuff that people don't really want. So for me, I'd be curious to see what would happen if they put a guy who classically does show a lot of regard for fan feedback in charge of the series for Dragon's Dogma 3. Do I think it's going to happen? I don't know. Like I've already mentioned, this series went dormant for a really long time once, and I wouldn't be surprised if it goes dormant or entirely disappears again, just because because I don't know if you can sell executives on giving a game a third chance. I think that'd be a tough sell, but I hope that it's not a tough sell. Really want that DLC though, Capcom. I would be so happy if y'all gave me a DLC. There was quite a few new subscribers who came in off of the last video, which also hello and welcome. Just so you know, just a little forewarning, bros and broettes. Me doing things where I talk in a focused manner is generally not my strong suit. You've probably noticed that if you're watching this video, like, holy crap, bro had notes and he's still all over the place. Yeah, that's kind of me. Oh, Itsuno. I did laugh at the vitriol towards Itsuno in the comments of the last video. I mean, I get it, bros. I really get it. I just didn't expect so many people to have a problem with him either. Bro, I hope Itsuno never sees my video. Bro won't ever see my videos. I feel so bad. I'd be like, look, I don't hate you. I just hate the fact that you don't listen to people, man. I love Dragon's Dogma. Pump Dragon's Dogma into my blood. I'll buy it any day of the week. At this point in time, like if we get a DLC, we want it to be a really hard area. And I know that it was like that in Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. I never even got to the DLC content because I went there once at level 70 and I got pounded in. I don't even know if I was level 70. I went there once after I finished the main game. And I got absolutely pounded in, and it was scary, bro. Like I went to that, what is it, Bitter Black Island? I went there and I got absolutely messed up. That place was horrifying. Oh, we got two monsters at the same time. Itsuno heard me and he hacked into the Capcom servers and he had two monsters come and fight me at once. Itsuno, you're a crazy man. Is this because I said there's not enough monster fights? That's wild, Itsuno. All right, hold on. I'm gonna focus the Griffin for a minute. Bro's down. Bro's down. Let me give him the whirring shot. Ah! Are you guys not gonna finish off the Minotaur on your own? He's down to 1 health bar. I don't think that I should need to be involved in this for him to die. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Watch the head, bro. Who does this bro think he is? Just die, man. Okay, one's down, one's down. This one's for Itsuno! I do find it funny that I was complaining about the amount of monster fights not being that high, and then I got a Minotaur and a Griffin at the same time, though. Monster Hunter really knows how to humor me. Really knows how to make me look like a clown. Oh God, ride him, cowboy. Whoa, they call me the greatest bull rider on this side of the Kentucky. You see me just phase through the ground there? Dragon's Dogma, I'm trying to defend you right now and give you some cool ideas for the future, and you have the audacity to phase me through the ground? That's crazy. I should have expected nothing less from Itsuno from the space-time continuum dropping 2 monsters on me. Bro is like, in my vision of the game, the floor is a liquid. Y'all, the bad news is that I thought that I was gonna deliver a very concise point in this video, and I'm pretty sure that I haven't. But thank you for humoring me and watching it anyway. All right, thank you so much for joining me today, y'all. If you have any comments on what you would like to see out of Dragon's Dogma, whether it's this game in particular or the series as a whole in the future, please leave them below. Other than that, have a great weekend, and I will see you on Monday. We're gonna do Sleeping Dogs on Monday. Then we'll pick up with Dragon's Dogma again Thursday, Saturday. So that's kind of the plan into next week. So if you're new here, we don't just play Dragon's Dogma. We also play Sleeping Dogs. It's kind of Dogtown around here. Anyway, have yourselves a great weekend. Peace.